Hello, Dr. Greg here with some more information about supplements and vitamins and stuff like that. I'm going to take a break from the brain just for this week, and we're going to talk about vitamin D. I heard a talk show the other day, and this doc was on talking about vitamin D, and he had a very interesting description on how vitamin D works in our bodies. So he was talking about vitamin D as though it's a spring, the vitamin D levels as though it's a spring. And the basic level, the very first spring, or maybe a cup, is filled with vitamin D that actually helps our bones and teeth and all that kind of stuff. Now, the normal level at that point is just to help the skin, the bones and stuff. What happens when that level decreases, other aspects of health that the vitamin D is helping is ignored. So the level has to be above the level that would support our bones and teeth to start affecting everything else, like the cardiovascular system, the lungs, the immune system, all that type of stuff. So I found that very interesting. So I looked into things and looked under research related to vitamin D levels and all the things we have: immune deficiency, cardiac problems, lung problems, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and all that kind of stuff. And the research has shown, this is fascinating to me, the research has shown that if they check vitamin D levels, and it's 25 hydroxivitamin D is what they want to check, they are low in individuals with diabetes, individuals with lung issues like asthma, individuals with cardiac problems, individuals with cognitive issues, thinking problems, individuals with sleeping problems, depression, all those types of things. All those individuals have low vitamin D levels. Now, we need to understand what vitamin D levels are, right? So if you look at the standard range for vitamin D levels, and I'm just going to do numbers, I'm not going to do units, but it's supposed to be between 20 and 50 as a number. So when you get a vitamin D level check, you go, you get your blood drawn, and they look at it, and the doc says, oh, you're 25. You're within the normal range, 20 to 50. That's what is considered normal by standard medicine. However, I've read some articles where 50 is a minimum. It should be more than 50. To have that effect of spilling over of not just the bones and the teeth, but your immune system, the cardiovascular system, and so on. So what does that mean? First off, I think everyone should probably have their vitamin D levels checked. It's sort of like the secret deficiency, maybe. I don't know what to call it, but this is just something new that it came on in front of me, and I listened and I read, and I said, oh my God, this vitamin D has an impact on a lot of systems, and systems that may be ignored because you don't have enough vitamin D levels that are affecting your, that just goes to the bones and teeth, but ignores everything else, like the immune system and what have you. So what I'm going to do this week is sort of go through each of these little nuggets of research and related to certain problems, and then near the end, we're going to talk about levels that you should try and achieve and what you should probably be taking. We all know that the sun actually influences vitamin D in our bodies. So exposure to the sun is very good, and we actually have been reducing our exposure to the sun. And here's a very interesting little fact that I didn't know about, is that cardiovascular accidents, heart attacks and what have you, are less in the summertime than in the winter and fall. That is kind of interesting. So with that being said, this week is going to be about vitamin D and what are the research, whether they're fact or fiction or whatever, but just all we can go on is research and what that shows us and what physiology does. We know that vitamin D is involved in a lot of processes in the body, and if it's not enough, it's going to go through things that keep us upright, bones and teeth, so that we keep on moving, and other things might get ignored. So there you have it. We're going to talk about vitamin D this week, and this is Dr. Greg, changing the way we look at health.